In a small village surrounded by rolling hills and dense forests, a young boy lived a carefree life. His laughter was as vibrant as the songs of birds, and his energy was endless. He loved playing games with his friends, running in the open fields, and listening to the elders tell tales of bravery by the fire. But his parents, hard-working traders, often left him alone. They believed they were building a better future for him. "You are our treasure," they often said. Yet, as days turned into weeks, the boy's joyful days were shadowed by loneliness. The boy's parents, noticing his growing loneliness, decided to entrust him to a kind neighbor. She was known for her warm smiles and generous spirit. Often seen sharing treats with children, she seemed to embody the nurturing spirit of the village. "Stay with her until we return," his parents said, kissing his forehead. At first, the boy enjoyed her company. She told him stories, fed him delicious meals, and even gifted him small trinkets. It felt like a new adventure. But soon, he began to sense an unease he couldn't explain. One afternoon, the neighbor introduced a special game meant only for the two of them. "This is our secret," she whispered with a smile. The boy didn't understand the game or why it felt so strange. It wasn't like the other games he played with his friends in the fields. Confused and uncomfortable, he hesitated, but her cheerful tone made him think he couldn't refuse. Slowly, his innocent world began to crumble. He didn't know how to tell anyone what was happening. The fear of not being believed kept his lips sealed. The boy, once vibrant and full of life, became quiet and withdrawn. His friends noticed he no longer joined their games, and his teachers saw his mind wandering during lessons. The shadows of the secret game clung to him like a heavy mist. He dreaded going to the neighbor's house. Sometimes he lingered at school long after the bell rang, hoping to delay the inevitable. When he came home, his parents were too busy to notice his troubled heart. He felt like a lone antelope separated from the herd, vulnerable and exposed. One evening, the boy mustered the courage to speak to his mother. "Mom, I need to tell you something," he began timidly. His mother, busy with household chores, replied impatiently. "What is it, my child?" "It's about the neighbor," he started, but before he could explain, his mother interrupted. "Not now, dear. She's helping us take care of you. Be grateful." Her words stung, and the boy felt his courage crumble. That night he cried silently in his room, wishing someone would hear his unspoken cry for help. At school, the boy's teacher, a wise and kind elder, noticed his change in behavior. She had a gift for understanding the hearts of children. One day, after class, she called him aside. "You seem troubled, little one," she said gently. "Is something bothering you?" The boy hesitated, his heart pounding. He wanted to tell her everything, but feared the consequences. "No, Mom," he lied, looking at the ground. The teacher saw through his words, but chose patience. "Remember, my door is always open. You don't have to carry your burdens alone." Her words planted a seed of hope in his heart. The next day, the boy could no longer bear the weight of his secret. After class, he approached his teacher's desk with trembling hands. "Mom, I need to tell you something," he whispered. She leaned in, her face serious and attentive. Slowly, the boy revealed the truth about the neighbor and her secret game. Tears rolled down his cheeks as he spoke. The teacher listened without interrupting, her heart breaking with each word. When he finished, she placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. "You were brave to tell me," she said. "I promise you, we will make this right." The teacher called a meeting with the village council, sharing the boy's story. The elders, shocked and angered, summoned his parents to the meeting. When they heard what had happened, the boy's father clenched his fists in rage and his mother wept. They realized they had failed to protect their son. The council decided the neighbor must face justice. They informed the village guards, who prepared to act. "No harm will come to our children while we stand," declared the chief elder. That evening, the guards knocked on the neighbor's door. She opened it with her usual smile, but it quickly faded when she saw their stern faces. "You are under arrest," one of them announced. The village gathered to watch as she was led away, her protest drowned by the murmurs of the crowd. From his window the boy watched, his heart heavy but relieved. He knew she could no longer harm him or anyone else. With the neighbor gone, the boy's parents changed their ways. They spent more time with him, listening to his stories and fears. Slowly, his laughter returned. The teacher continued to support him, reminding all the children that their voices mattered. Even the smallest antelope